Hi guys, I just thought I'd let you know this is just a demo audio. I will be talking about the Green Ranger movie and TV series. Either one way or the other will follow each other in continuity. Who I think will be suitable to direct, write the story, actors involved, and any other little bits that needed, of course, as well as music, and so on. This is kind of something I remember JDF kind of briefly touching upon. He said he liked the idea that the Green Ranger can actually be a standalone character. And with the Wolverine, he can still be the Wolverine on his own and also still be a part of the X-Men. And he liked the idea of that concept, but he wanted to kind of have a Dark Knight kind of feel. So, now, as far as I know, the only thing I noticed was saying that he wanted it to kind of be like a Wolverine meets Dark Knight and a movie. As far as I know, that is all that's been said at the moment. Batman the Sun is kind of linked to this, according to what I've heard, but I'm not quite sure what will be happening. The main issue is, of course, the rights. Now, Jason has been trying to sell this idea to Saban for quite a while now, so it proves it's proven quite difficult to get done. I mean, I hope Saban can see the potential that this could have for the older fans. And after all, I find it ironic that the kind of show is, yeah, alright, it's a kids' show, but the majority of the fans are within their 20s and upwards, surely. So surely this is kind of a way of saying thank you to them in a way. And he should see that this is what the fans want. They do. Well, myself as well. So I'm just trying to think, is there a way that we can try and get this pushing forward? I have a pretty big vision for this story. Of course, I've been developing as well. I have, of course, my peers who are backing me. And I think that the people who need to really be in charge are the ones that have the true passion for it. Because if you're passionate about something, the success, the beneficial side of it will show. So I think rather they take the time to actually perfect the story for at least a year. Because, don't get me wrong, I want this to happen as much as everybody else, but the problem being is a lot of things tend to be rushed these days in terms of movies. I think an average movie can take anywhere from 2 years, almost 3 sometimes. On average, 2 years, I think. But the graphics always seem to be the wow in most things rather than the story. And the story is what lets it down. It kind of stops the actors from showing their acting skills. So the story needs to be ace for this to even work. I wouldn't even consider doing a series or a movie without those things, because it will come off too thin and no one will like it and it'll be a waste of money. So you need to make sure that you've got the story, it needs to make sense. I've tried to get in contact with a lot of these people. Unfortunately, I've heard back from none of them. Probably busy or something. I did get in contact with Cheryl Savan, surprisingly. And she did reply to me, but she said that this was, how many weeks? 6 weeks ago now? Roughly about 6 weeks now, 5.5, going on for 6. And she said to me that, I can't remember now, she said something like, I'm not involved with this, you may need to seek out a member of the production team. Fair enough, but it's easier said than done, isn't it, all this stuff? I have sent off 2 letters, one to Saban Brands in LA, one off to JDF in the Post. I have emailed, who else have I emailed? I've emailed quite a lot of people, and I've sent 2 letters, so I thought if one doesn't go through, the other one can. More likely to get it if you send more. What else? I don't know, it's been a lot of groundwork, and I've been doing a few concepts to kind of help sell the idea. I'm building up a portfolio. I did quite a lot of concepts, as you may have noticed. I've been posting on the Facebook page here, and if you don't know, if this podcast is not on this page, which it will be on this page, but if you're listening from somewhere else, the page is called "We Want a Green Ranger TV Series / Film." Just in case you guys may be interested and want to catch up on the news, concepts and details, and story arc that I've been building. The majority of it is top secret, because if this does go ahead and people might be interested, of course. It will probably have to be written all over again if I give too much stuff away, because the fans will know what will happen. So I would have to keep that tightly under wraps. And there is a lot of things that I can't discuss for those very reasons, because it would be difficult to rewrite again and cause quite a lot of trouble in trying to do that. Recently I have been posting, of course, a lot more concepts, as well as I've been posting my ideas, my opinions, and what I think should really happen. Speaking from what should really happen, I actually was thinking about what kind of cast or production team should actually be involved within this series. I thought about Koichi Sakamoto. I think should direct. He's a brilliant director, and he's a stunt director too, so he knows his stuff. He did very good with Koyoja, so would be interested to see him do more stuff within the Power Ranger world. As we've seen pictures of the Mega War, and the pictures look very promising. So I would put Koichi down as one of my A-list people. I would have Judd Lin, or Chip Lin as he's somehow known as. Space, he did. All the way through to Time Force, and I think there was some kind of dispute, so he left. But the episodes were very well written, and I would say, with my vision and ideas, I think if I was to work with him, we could really, really, really have something pretty decent here. Something that would actually wow the fans, which we haven't had in a long, long time. Who else? Ron Wasserman, of course. Ron, of course, he gave the show kind of a soul and identity. Something really iconic that no other TV show has had that kind of impact on the fans. And I think that bringing his music, maybe that kind of synth sound, or maybe the Redux sound for the latest album, Power Rangers Redux. If you guys haven't checked it out, that's pretty good. It's on Bandcamp, iTunes as well, I believe, and I think CD Baby, I'm not sure. But I think Ron is one of those people, everyone loves his music, and he seems to have this thing of really, really doing it very well and winning the fans over every time with his music. Like I said before, it's iconic within itself. It's got its own flavour and sound, and I think it's something I would like to see come back. No show does it anymore today, and it's something that's easily recognisable with the fans. It's kind of a trade signature that the show had, and especially if you're bringing back an old character, it just adds more structure to them, more depth to the action scenes, and and everything else. So I think Ron would be also another A-list person. I know it sounds probably a little bit biased, probably in a way, but I would like to be in charge of the whole thing. I would like to see it through. I would like to sit down with the production and say, okay, this is going to happen. We're going to do it this way. The fans would want the continuity, which is a huge thing within Power Rangers, which we don't really have anymore. And with the Green Ranger film being a lot more darker toned and more in depth, there's a lot more things you can get away with. So the next thing it leads on to, what would the story entail? Well, there was two possibilities. It depends. Would the TV series come first, that kind of goes into the movie, or the movie into the series, kind of like what Turbo did? But I think it's easier to do a film into a series. So, but at the same time, I'm more inclined to think of a series to a film. So, either way, I would say this would make sense to me, this would explain how Tommy got his powers back as well. And the kind of sense of journey and determination to have to defend the world singularly on his own. Now, people want to see the Green Ranger kick butt again. I do. And it's something for the older fans, and I think JDF kind of has acknowledged that he really wants to do this. So I would say that Tommy would actually be one of the people that would be back, of course, because he's one of the main characters. I would like Bulk and Skull to be in it. I think because if it's quite dark and very kind of gritty, I kind of think you need something somewhere in between to relieve the tension. So I would say put a bit of Bulk and Skull in there somewhere. I would also like to see voice actors return. I would like to see Lord Zed return and Goldart return. So Robert Axelrod and what's his name? I may have this wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think his name's called Kerrigan Mann, I believe. He voiced Goldar in the original Mighty Morphin, as well as the Magnet Defender in Lost Galaxy.